Hello friends, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at uh, Go programming language and why it was developed. So before we start with why Go programming language was developed, first we will take a look at what were the problems that were that the development team of Go was trying to solve. So Go was developed by a and small team of engineers at Google, and the problem they were facing was at the time Google was using three programming languages like Java, C++, and Python, and all three languages had their pros and cons. Like C++ had high performance and type safety, but on the other hand it had slow compilation time and a very complex syntax. So the applications developed in C++ were maintainable and scalable, but on the other hand, the compilation time and the syntax was very complicated. So if engineer need to understand uh, what a specific program in C++ is doing, it takes a lot of time and it is relatively hard to understand. And when we go ahead and uh, take a look at Java, Java has a very has adopted type safety from C++, but the ecosystem of Java is really complicated. Like if you are trying to solve a single problem, there might be many different solutions to solve that problem, but that doesn't mean that all the solutions that you are trying to implement will work together. So there might be some conflicts between the solution and they might not work as intended. And when you come to Python is known to be very relatively easy to use, but it lacks the type safety. That means that if the application is going to be running on a long time, and it is very hard to maintain that application because of the type safety. And all these problems led to the development of Go programming languages and group programming language, and the engineers tried to solve all these cons in the development of Go language. So if we take a look at what they came up with, they come up with the programming language that had fast compilation time, and it was fully compiled application. So and then it carried on with the strongly typed language, as it was the main concern of the above uh, of not using Python. And then there was concurrency by default. So the concurrency means that all in previous languages like Java, Python, and C++, you had to import some libraries in order to use multi-threading, and it was not originally the part of the language. So for that reason, Go came with the multi-threading in by default, as it was developed for the multi-core processors, and the previous languages were not developed for the multi-core processor, as at the time they were being developed there were not multi-core processors available. And then there is the feature of Go programming language that it is a garbage collected language. So that means that if you have initialized a variable and you forgot to use that, so that means that that variable is going to take some space in the memory and possibly led to memory leaks. So being the garbage collected language, it makes sure that all the uninitialized variables are not assigned a memory location in the memory, so that there is no such issue in this Go programming language. And due to being a garbage collected language, it is relatively simple to use. Like if there is a memory leak, the garbage collector will handle that, and you don't have to worry, and it is much simpler to work on uh, garbage collected languages, and that makes it really simple. um, so that's it for this video. I hope you get a basic understanding of why Go was developed, and what are the benefits and what are the problems that Go programming language is trying to solve. So in the future, in the upcoming videos, we are going to take a look at what type of applications Go programming language is most efficient in, and how to get started in Go programming language. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned and do subscribe to our channel for more videos.